Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share with you all some more yarn stuff. Alright, so I have quite a few finished projects that I am ready to share with you all. So let's get started. I've got some crochet stuff, got some yarn stuff, and yeah. Alright, so the first goodie I want to share with you all is my ingot cowl. It is a knitted project, and here it is. I love this color. So this is made using my my own hand-dyed yarn, Queen's Yarn Boutique, in the Fire Starter colorway. And I will put somewhere around here, or somewhere around here, probably right here. I will put the needle size that I used for this project, and I did modify it a little bit because I've made one of these before, but it didn't fit over my shoulders like I wanted to, like it looked in the picture, and so I had to add a few more stitches. I do have very broad shoulders, so I had to add some stitches, but it was totally cool though. So yeah, I did add some, but I absolutely love this pattern. I'm really proud of myself and how far I've come with my knitting. The first time I made the ingot cowl, I ripped it out probably 5 times. Just, yeah, it was bad. But this time, you know, I knitted it. I had no problems. I just was like, well, why in the world was it so hard for me the first time? But yeah, I have become a lot better in my knitting, a lot more confident, and that's really cool. But yeah, so this is the Ingot Cowl by Lisa Much. And like I said before, this is in my hand-dyed yarn, Queen's Yarn Boutique, in the colorway Fire Starter. And it's a simple pattern. You just gotta get over the lace work. I did about 3 inches of the lace work here, and then the middle is all stockinette, and then I did about 12 inches of the lace work at the bottom here, and I love it. Great pattern. I think Lisa Much has some really good knitting patterns, and this colorway is in my shop at queensyarnboutique.com. Alright, so that's enough knitting. Let's get to the crochet stuff. Alright, so I am really feeling good about this next project. This is a project that was originally designed by Claire from Bob Wilson 123 on YouTube. But then Crochet Luna took a stab at it, and she added a little bit to it, and they collaborated together and came up with this awesome Crochet Luna poncho. Like, I knew I had to make this. I had saw Crochet Luna, I had saw her post it on Instagram that she was making this, and I kept looking at it like, oh my gosh, where is the pattern? I need that pattern. And because I had never made the Bob Wilson, the original pattern. I hadn't made that, so it was my first time seeing that design, and I saw it on Crochet Luna's Instagram name. I hope I'm getting that Instagram name right, but I feel like I am. But yeah, so I saw it on her Instagram, and she had made several of these ponchos, but I didn't see a pattern, and I'm like, where in the world can I get this pattern? Well, shortly after that, Claire from Bob Wilson 123 released a tutorial on how to make it, and I jumped on it. Yes, indeed, I jumped on that pattern, and I'm so excited. I just wanted to make this so bad. And Crochet Luna had mentioned it to me on Instagram that you should try making this using your own yarn, and I was like, yeah, I should do that, because I was going to use something else. But being a yarn dyer, I get so caught up in dyeing the yarn that sometimes I forget, you know, why not use your own yarn to make stuff? If anything, it'll make a good looking sample. But anyway, yeah, so I made the Crochet Luna poncho, and here it is. And it is in the colorway Candy Girl. It is on my Delirious DK base. And side note, the ingot cowl that I knitted is also on the Delirious DK base. I don't think that's available in the shop at the moment. The colorways are in different bases right now. But yeah, so anyway, this is my Luna poncho in the Candy Girl colorway. And one cool but crazy but sometimes frustrating thing about hand-dyed yarn is that no two skeins look alike. And sometimes you have to alternate skeins and do all of that. And I am not good about alternating skeins. So I took a risk, and all 4 skeins that I used in this project came from the same batch. But I can tell there's a difference. So it kind of created this really cool ombre fade type of looking thing that was completely unintentional. But so you can see that there's a transition there from one skein here to another. And this is really cool because it sits right where my collarbone is, so it almost looks like I did that on purpose. And then as you continue to see here, somehow more pink got into this skein. But then you can see that there's a transition here, this area here, and then at the very bottom got very saturated when I was dyeing it. It's got a lot of green in it. So this poncho has a crazy faded ombre-ish effect going on with it that was completely unintentional, but I really like it. Kudos to the design. It is wonderful. I love it when people come together and make something great. Alright, so I have one more crochet object to share with you all. This one I started last night and finished this morning. It is a crocheted hat, and it is of my own design. No, I haven't written the pattern yet. I mean, I have it written, but I haven't released it. Yes, there will be a video tutorial on how to make the hat. Just give me a little time, but it is coming. Yeah, and I used some scrap Hobby Lobby yarn for it. It's really easy. Yeah, it's really easy. I have not decided what to name this hat yet. I have 2 in mind, but by the time that I do the video tutorial and the written tutorial, I will have figured out what I want to call it. But yeah, I do have some in mind. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. But yeah, there it is. So it's really nice. I do like it a lot. And no, I have not weaved in the ends, because who does that? Who weaves in ends? Like that's crazy sauce, right? But it's great. And you can wear it over your ears, or if you want to roll it up, you could do that as well. It's up to you. So I'm really happy with this hat design. And the next thing that I'm going to do with that hat design, before I do a YouTube tutorial or anything, is I'm going to try making it using 2 different colors, just to show some of the contrast between the different stitches. So that'll be cool. Alright, so let's see, check my notes. Oh yeah, I have a haul. I was so focused on my finished projects that I didn't think that I have actually bought some yarn. I feel like it's been forever since I have bought some yarn. I've just been pretty much shopping from my own stash of yarn that I've already had, plus my hand-dyed yarn. But anyway, so I went to a local yarn store, yarn parlor, and I bought some yarn. Let me grab it. Okay, so I bought a skein of Malabrigo. I love Malabrigo yarn. love it. It's so squishy and so pretty. But this is on their Rios base. It is pure merino superwash, approximately 210 yards, 100 grams. And yeah, it is the colorway 120 Lotus. And you may say, I've seen this yarn on your channel before, and that is because at another local yarn shop, what was it? I think Yarns, was it Yarns Inc. or Great Yarns? Anyway, it was either in Raleigh or Chapel Hill that I bought this yarn. Anyway, so I also had another skein of this. So I have found the matching skeins, and of course they're totally from two different dye lots. I got them from two different yarn stores, so I am definitely going to have to alternate skeins, which I'm not looking forward to, but you know, it's the price you pay when you don't buy enough yarn when you go shopping. And I kind of like to call myself like a one skein wonder, because I have a problem of going to the yarn store and seeing something and just buying one skein. Oh, it's so pretty, I'm just gonna buy one skein. But you really mess yourself up when you do that. Yeah, make sure you buy enough yarn when you go out. Try not to just get one skein, because unless you're gonna make like a hat or a cowl or a small scarf, but if, you know, you just never know, like when you buy yarn, you buy one skein, like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. And then you find a shawl pattern that you like and you wanna use that yarn, and you realize you only bought one skein. Yeah, happens to the best of us. But anyway, I also bought two skeins. Like this yarn right here needs a moment of silence. This yarn is Queensland Collection Brisbane. It is pure Australian superwash wool. This stuff right here is, oh my god, it is so soft. It is so squishy. I mean, it's almost like cashmere. It really is. It's just, it makes no sense that this yarn is as soft as it is. And it's just superwash wool. Yeah. There's nothing else mixed in with it. It's 100% superwash wool. And it's amazing. The color is 104. And it says that it's a number 5 bulky. I don't know. Maybe in Australia this is a bulky, but y'all, this looks more like a worsted weight to me. This does not look like a bulky weight yarn. Not at all, but you know. It is 144 yards and 3.52 ounces, 132 meters, 100 grams. And I bought two of these. So two of these together will make close to 300 grams, 300 yards. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but oh my gosh, it is so squishy and so soft. Like, I just wish y'all could touch this because it's awesome. So yeah, I got that. And I'm just going to put it back, because if I don't put it back, then I'm going to be left with a mess. Yes. Now, let me check my notes. I think that's all I have. Now, on to shop stuff. I have a ton of new bases and all that good stuff in my shop. I've got some MCN sock, and I have some MCN DK. I've got some new Pop Life fingering in. Oh, by the way, my my new MCN sock base is called oh, I'm getting it mixed up with the MCN DK. Yeah, the MCN DK is called Vanity DK, which is a group founded by Prince, Vanity 6, but I'll explain more of that later. And then I also have my sock base, which is not Round and Round. Diamonds and Pearls. Oh my gosh, how could I forget that? It's Diamonds and Pearl. And you know, I don't have to explain where Diamonds and Pearls came from. Google it, okay? Diamonds and Pearls. Everybody knows that Prince song. But yeah, so in a separate video, because I have so much stuff, so much new stuff, so many new colorways to share with you all, I'm going to do my shop update in a separate video. But please head over to queensyarnboutique.com to see those new colorways. And when you get there to my site, you will notice that I am having the Great Destash sale. I have had some yarn sitting around for over a year that I'm not using. And I haven't done my 2018 goals video yet. Yes, I know it's February. But I haven't done that video yet. But one of my goals for 2018 is to either donate the yarn, sell the yarn, give it away, do something if I have not used the yarn in over a year. If I have not used the yarn and it's been like a year, 1 to 2 years, and I haven't used the yarn, it's got to go. It needs to do something, because I feel like at that point I am just hoarding the yarn and somebody else could be enjoying it. So I've gone through my stash, and everything that I've had for like the last, I would say 2 years, everything that I've had for the last 2 years, I have kind of made a list of whether I'm going to donate it, sell it, give it away, or make a project. And I've made a list of projects that I'm going to be making with my yarn, because I just don't want it to continue to sit there, and I could be using it, and I've got some pretty good stuff that I need to be using. So yeah, anyway, so on my site I'm having the Great Destash sale, and it's none of like hand-dyed stuff, it's commercial stuff, and everything is $5. All of the yarn in the Destash sale is only $5. Now that does not include shipping. You know, shipping's probably going to be an extra $2 probably. But yeah, so everything in the shop is $5. And of course, if you buy multiple things in one order, then you only have to pay for shipping once. But yeah, so some of the stuff that I have in there is I have the Ella Rae Seasons. This is 75% acrylic, 14% wool, and 10% polyamide. Just one skein of this. I have Barocco Vintage DK, and you may notice that some of the labels might be like a little ripped or a little bit torn, but I've never used them. I've tried to take the tags off of some of them, like the price tags, but I just gave up on that. But yeah, so this is one, and I have 5 skeins of this in the shop. Look at that color. Isn't that gorgeous? My goodness, I might regret selling these. I really might. But when I bought them, I had this grand scheme in my head that I was going to make a garment. I was going to make a sweater. I was going to make something with this. But it has been with me for almost, has it been? It's been over a year, I think. Yes, it has been over a year, going on 2, that I've had this yarn and have not used it. So it's 5 skeins of this. And then I have this beautiful color here. Oh, I love this. I have 9 skeins of this. It's Vintage DK Barocco. And both of these are a number 3 light worsted weight, or just light weight DK. Yeah, it's a DK, duh. It's a number 3 DK weight yarn, and each of them have 290 yards, 266 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. Yeah, so I have a bunch of these. I have 5, I think, of this, and 9 skeins of this. This color is just gorgeous. It would definitely be enough to, it's enough for a sweater's quantity, whether you knit or crochet. Alright, so I also have Adore colors. This is the purple print color. I have 5 of these also. I originally was going to make my Luna poncho out of this, But then I decided to use my hand-dyed yarn. But 5 of these is more than enough. I used 4 skeins with my own hand-dyed yarn. So about 900 yards is what it took for me to make that. So yeah. These are 273 yards a piece, 3.5 ounces, 250 meters, 100 grams. So yeah, 5 of these would be perfect for that. The next one, I have some vintage, Barocco vintage. And I have it in this blue colorway and this kind of golden orange colorway. One thing about Barocco is that they don't always have names for their yarn. A lot of times it's just colors. I was able to find some of the colorway names, and so if you want to find out what those are, they're in the shop. But yeah, this is Barocco vintage, and as you can see, the label is chipped a little bit right there, but the yarn has never been used. And yes, this is $5. I do believe this retails for $9, $8 or $9 if you buy it online, but I'm only gonna sell it for $5 because I'm not really doing it to, like, you know, get rich. But I'm doing it because I want to get it out of my house. Yeah, it's good. It's just not running out of room. Got a bit of a yarn problem. Look at this. Like, who needs this much yarn? Like, seriously, look at all that yarn. More yarn over there. There's yarn below me. There's yarn above me. I have enough yarn to, like, knit and crochet for a lifetime. But anyway, geez, I'm getting off on all these tangents today. Okay, so I have some more Barocco. This is Vintage DK. I think this is called the Oats colorway. Not 100% sure. But this is Vintage DK. And these two were just vintage. They're the worsted weight, and they're 218 yards. And that is 200 meters. So worsted, DK. But I have 2 of these in the shop. And I have 1 skein of the vintage chunky. So I've got all sorts of sizes. DK, worsted, chunky. But this is a number 5 bulky weight. It's 136 yards, 125 meters, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. Super squishy. I'm definitely going to regret selling this stuff. It's going to hit me one day like, why? Alright, so I think this is the last of the Barocco. I think. This is in black. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Super squishy. And yeah. Worsted. And the great thing about this is that it's machine washable. And I didn't even tell you all the fiber contents. All of the Barocco skeins are 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. So that's a really nice blend. Alright, let me just put some stuff back. Are y'all like one of those clean as you go type of people? Especially like if you're cooking. You don't want to be left with a dirty kitchen, so you clean as you go. Alright, so I showed you all the Barocco. I showed you universal yarn. Let me see. I think I have some more universal yarn. And I have it all in a neat little plastic drawer, so that's where the noise is coming from. Oh yes. Alright, so I have this color. This color is amazing. It's, what is it? It's called Coral. And I have 5 of these. This is a light DK. And it's 273 yards. It is 250 meters. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. And just to backtrack a little bit, I showed you all this one before. This is the Adore Colors, and this is the Adore brand. Both of these are 55% superwash merino and 45% acrylic. So it's a really good blend. Yeah, it's washable. It's something that's really good to, you know, gift. If you're going to make something and gift it to someone that may not know how to care for, you know, projects with wool and things like that. I think it's good to have that acrylic in there. But I have used this before. If you all look back, I used this yarn to make my socks, my travel socks. I also used this yarn to make my very first, the Toronto Knit Cafe, the knitted shawl, the 504 King West shawl. I made using the Adore Colors yarn. So I really do like this yarn. Alright, so that is all of the rambling that I have to do today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. And if you're not, I hope that it gets better. Yeah, so until next time, bye.